The Green Bay Packers, my top 2 reasons on why they are the biggest slept-on threat in the NFC Conference. Welcome to Sports Highlights Heaven. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, as well as definitely leave a comment. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on my video. Let me know if they're awesome or if they're not, and definitely like the video if you do enjoy the content here. So today, this is what I'm going to be talking about. Let's waste no further time, and I'm going to get to these 2 points right about now. Reason number 1. Do you want to guess what reason number 1 is? If you haven't guessed this reason, you haven't been watching football. Here's the reason. The reason is defense, people. What is the all-time famous sports saying? Well, at least when it comes to basketball and football, is that defense wins championship, or is that just a saying that's meant for football? Whatever the case, it's the defense, as you guys have known since game 1, season 1, week 1, not season 1, but week 1 in the NFL when they won the game. Aaron Baaaaadman Rodgers gave all the praise and glory to the defense. He said these words, I might be paraphrasing, but he says, we have a defense. So that's something they've definitely been lacking for some years, for quite time. Yes, they had Clay Matthews and whatnot, and he's now with the LA Rams. But when I found he was like on the Rams and not Packers, I'm like, oh no, the Packers gonna get worser, even though it's not a word, but it's a word in my head. They're gonna get worser defensively, but they've actually picked up 2 amazing linebackers. They're both, last name happens to be Smith, which is weird. So like, I like to call this tandem the Smithsonian Museum, because every time they do something defensive, they put that on display and put that in their museum. It's a thing I just made up. But yes, the primary reason for their defense being more effective this year is because they have a pass rush. Actually, if you ask me, it's not saying that they have a defense. They have a way better pass rush because they have pressure coming off both sides now. And when you have a great pass rush, it ultimately disguises and make your defense look quite much better, if you ask me. So let's break it down and get into details with this. So first up, we have Preston Smith. Let's talk about this guy. All right, so Preston Smith has been in the league for 5 years, meaning this year is going to be his 5th year. Is currently his 5th year. His first 4 seasons was with the Washington Redskins, where you see that he was a pretty decent linebacker in regards to getting to the quarterback, putting pressure. First season 8 sacks, second season 4.5, third season 8 sacks, the 4th season 4. So how the pattern goes, this year definitely is going to have 8 sacks. Right? His highest sack season was 8, and he's already at 7 sacks, and this is only the 6th game. So I think he's definitely going to surpass that. And he already has an interception. So in the season right now, he only has a total of 23 tackles, but 23 combined tackles, but a total of 7 sacks and 1 interception and 1 forced fumble. Man, this guy, I think he's gonna have a Pro Bowl season. He is definitely a great defensive threat, getting to the quarterback, causing pressure on them. Next we have up is no other than Za'Darius Smith. Let's get into him. All right, funny enough, Za'Darius has been in the league for 5 years as well. The first 4 all with his first team, and the current season we're playing right now with Green Bay. This is super duper trooper strange, but in a good way. Their last name is both Smiths. They're both linebackers. They've been in the league 5 years. One has been in the NFC, and this one, Za'Darius Smith, has been he's in the AFC. Sorry, tongue tied for my words. Man, and they both came to Green Bay, and both are a threat when rushing and putting pressure on the quarterback. So far Preston is having a better season, but Za'Darius is still having a decent season. His first year 5 sacks, 5.5. Second season 1. Third season 3.5 sacks. Fourth season 8.5. So He's actually had more sacks in one season than Preston, but Preston seems to be leading him and beating him defensively. And he has 6 current sacks this season, so they've both definitely averaged a sack. Preston averaged a sack point or percentage more than him a game, but yeah, they've averaged a sack a game for sure. Preston has better stats this season, but still, you can't deny that this tandem is great. I call them the Smithsonian Museum. Or should I just stick with the Smithsonian? What do you guys think I should call this tandem? Comment below if you come out with a better nickname for this tandem. But yes, the reason why their defense is so great is because of the simple fact that they have a pass rush on both sides. You have that, your defense literally turns up notch. So let's look at their defensive numbers as a team overall. All right, so this is what the Green Bay Packers are looking like so far after week 6. Well, the week is not even over yet. No, it is actually over. It actually is over. So this is how they're looking in NFL so far. They're 5-1. Their defense is only allowing 19.2 points a game. They're 9th in that. They're allowing 363 yards a game. They're 21st in that. Their passing defense is rated 13th at 239.3 yards a game, and their rush defense is ranked at 23rd with 124.5 yards per game. So overall, as you see, their defense is rated at 21st in yardage and 9th in points. I mean, it looks like they're an average, mediocre team, but when they're really putting pressure on a team and they're not getting ran over by the rushing game, they're pretty formidable defense here. So I think just because, this is not the best defense in the NFL, but definitely I think one of the best pass rushing defenses in the league and whatnot. And also just for the simple fact that it's been better than it has been the past couple seasons. So I think because you have this, it will allow them to go further than normal. Definitely, to help them out in big situations, which I do truly expect them to get to the playoffs this year. If they don't get to the playoffs, this is going to be a completely wasted season. They have a new rookie head coach in Matt LaFleur, but they're doing so well. So let me actually get to the second and the most important vital reason of why I think they're going to be a threat in the NFC for the championship. And obviously the reason why the Green Bay Packers are relevant every season is because of this man right here, the Batman himself, Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. Super Bowl champ. He's able to make just tough passes, running across the field, throwing it down the field, has an arm. An awesome guy that you always have to look out for. He is the number one reason of why they're going to definitely be a threat in the NFC Championship, because there's really no other quarterback out there except Drew Brees, but he's injured right now, and Russell Wilson. But he is the baddest of the bunch. All right, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, there's no point in posting his career stats because his resume speaks for itself, what he's done over the years and whatnot, right? Super Bowl champion, just threat for a while ever since Brett Favre stepped down and whatnot like that. So here with Aaron Rodgers, this season so far, he hasn't really gotten off to a great start. There's been a lot of questions about the offense, like, oh my gosh, the defense is the only reason why you guys are still relevant and stuff like that. But this is what I believe. He might have a Tom Brady approach. Tom Brady doesn't make that much noise throughout the season, but when the playoffs come, when it's time to play, oh my gosh, he turns it on. So I think that's what Aaron Rodgers will do and implement this year. He's only had 1,500 yards through 6 games, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 92 passing rating. Not the best looking scenario, but then again, trust me, wait until later because of the fact that he doesn't even have his number one receiver, and he's finding new receivers like Lazard, and Val Scantley, if I'm saying his name right, because Jimmy Graham hasn't really showed up like I wanted him to show up this year so far. So I think, Aaron Rodgers will figure it out with the fact that he has somewhat of a running game. So I think he's all right. When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, there's no point in posting his career stats because his resume speaks for itself, what he's done over the years and whatnot, right? Super Bowl champion, just threat for a while ever since Brett Favre step down and whatnot like that. So here with Aaron Rodgers, this season so far, he hasn't really gotten off to a great start. There's been a lot of questions about the offense, like, oh my gosh, the defense is the only reason why you guys are still relevant and stuff like that. But this is what I believe. He might have like a Tom Brady approach. I mean, Tom Brady doesn't make that much noise throughout the season, but when the playoffs come, when it's time to play, oh my gosh, he turns it on. So I think that's what Aaron Rodgers will do and implement this year. He's only had 1,500 yards through 6 games, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 92 passing rating. Not the best looking scenario, but then again, trust me, wait until later because of the fact that he doesn't even have his... Do you know what time it is? Because I know what time it is. But in case you didn't know what time it is, I'm not just going to tell you what time it is. I'm going to sing it or rap it, whichever it sounds like. You be the judge. But it's time to like, comment, subscribe.